John, were you talking about God?
Of course.
Okay.
But who cares what he's talking
I
about,
was,
right?
so
I'm referencing what he
correct
said.
as to what John. Is this what you atheists do? Okay.
Yeah, I'm responding to what he said, not to what he didn't say.
All you do is just bicker with people.
Just let him finish.
Okay.
Well, what's the problem with responding to what you said and not to what you didn't say?
John was talking about God. Okay. Now,
yeah,
I want to ask you a simple question. If you're going to make any probabilistic reasoning, must there have to be something that is static along with some things that are dynamic in order to have any probabilistic reasoning?
There could be.
No, I'm not asking.
There could be probabilistic reasoning with just statistics, with just static things.
Could be.
Wait, John, could you ask Darth to let me
finish?
Hey,
Darth, could you just let him finish and then you could respond?
He's not answering my question.
No, I was answering your question. Could you just let me finish? Because you're being kind of rude right now.
No, you're being rude by not answering the question.
No, I was answering the question and you interrupted me like
okay,
1 second into my answer.
Go ahead. Yeah,
okay.
I'm used to you.
Yeah, so I don't see really an issue with saying that there could be probabilistic reasoning with there only being like static things or only dynamic things.
I didn't ask you what could be. Did I ask you what could be? What was maybe? Did I ask you that?
I thought that was your question.
No, wrong. Okay. Now, I asked you a question.
I think you used the word
can you have probabilistic reasoning if there is nothing that is, if you do not know what it is that is static and dynamic?
All right, let me just write it down so we're clear. So can you have probabilistic reasoning without knowing what it is that is static and dynamic? Is that the question?
Yes.
Yeah, it sounds like you're asking me what could be and what couldn't be, right? Like you have
a
model term in the
No, question. I'm not talking about a maybe. Can there actually exist valid probabilistic reasoning if nothing is identifiable and defensibly static?
Well, that sounds like a different question, right? The question I have written down is, can you have probabilistic reasoning without knowing what it is that is static and dynamic?
It's not a different question. Stop with the bullshit. Okay.
Yeah, but irrespective of whether it's the same question or not, could you possibly answer that question?
Can you have probabilistic reasoning that are valid if nothing is identifiably and defensibly static?
Well, so I'm not sure about the second question if I understand it, but I understand the first question.
It's the same question.
Okay, so I'll just answer the first one, the one that I have written down.
It's the same question.
Yeah, okay, so I'll just answer the one that I've written down, right? It's the same question through the minute.
It's the same question, answer it.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. Okay, so when you say without knowing what it is that is static and dynamic, do you mean like without knowing all the things that are static and dynamic, or without knowing anything?
You make any
I'm just trying to clarify the question. I don't think repeating the question will be helpful.
I'll wait till you're done bullshitting. This is what you do.
Well, I was just asking a clarifying question.
Yeah, you're a bullshitter. Okay, I'll repeat the question again.
I was having like a decent productive time with John Lee.
What you're doing is you're running out the clock. Okay, stalling, dodging, and delaying.
I was just asking a clarifying
question. I'll repeat the same question. No, what you're doing is what you've always done in the past when I've talked with you. This is what you do. Okay, now, can you have valid probabilistic reasoning if there is nothing that is identifiable or defensively static?
No, you wouldn't really say that probabilistic reasoning is valid.
Can you answer the question?
Well, I'm just saying you made a category error in your question because you described probabilistic reasoning as valid. Right? And probabilistic reasoning is going to be like cogent or uncogent.
You see, this is what you always do. This is what a scumbag
validity
you are.
And invalidity is
this is what a are you listening to me?
Deductive arguments.
I'm not hearing an answer to the question. Is there
I'm just saying that you made a category error in your question, so I can't answer it.
Is there anything that is static, that does not change?
No, that's a completely different question. Come on.
Okay, hey Sasha, I'd like to hear why you think his question is a category. I don't think so. But
I just explained it.
John, why are you catering to him dodging? Sasha,
well,
is there anything that is static, that is unchanging?
Darth, I'm doing the same thing you did, right? Which is saying that when somebody asks me a question, there was a category.
Darth, respect the moderator,
please. Is there
please.
anything that is static that is unchanging?
Well, But hold on, let me just write down that question.
Is
Is
there
there
anything
anything
that is
static
unchanging?
and unchanging? So I just want to get clarity.
Is there anything that is static and unchanging?
Well, hold on. I just want to. So
is there anything that is
hold on.
static and unchanging?
Darth, you just need to like calm down, okay? Let's
no,
all
I'm
take
going
a
to
deep
keep on
breath.
repeating the question until you actually address the question instead of bullshitting.
Deep breaths, okay? Okay, so I'm just gonna post the first question that Darth asked to me.
Is there anything that is static
But you need to
and
calm down, okay?
unchanging?
So this is the first question
Is
that Darth
there
asked me.
anything that is static or
And
unchanging?
this is the second question that Darth asked me.
Is there anything
So
that is
if you
static
if
and
ever, if
unchanging?
John, if you could just look in the chat, right? If you look at the first thing I
difficulty
posted
in
and the
saying
second
yes
thing
or
I
no to
posted,
that question?
Is
do you
there
think
anything that is
do you think
static and
that those are the
unchanging?
same question? Because they don't look like the same question to me.
Is there anything that is
No,
static
just
and unchanging?
hold on a second. I'm asking another person. You can.
Let's assume
Is
they're
there
not,
anything that
Sasha.
is static and
Is
Wait,
unchanging?
Darth,
is
just
this
hold
a
on a
question?
second,
Oh my
right?
god, it's a yes or no.
Is there
Well, I
anything
just wanna
that is static
point
or
something out
unchanging?
before we move on. Right, I'm gonna answer your question, no problem. But I just wanna
Would
ask
the
John Lee's
moderators
opinions on something,
please
right?
force
So,
him
John, if
to
you look at
answer
number
the
one and number
question
two,
or
my
remove
questions,
him
right?
from the stage?
Those are
Yeah,
both
how
from
about
Darth,
this,
and we can
Sasha?
see
Sasha,
that in the
let's
recording.
disregard.
Are those the same question
disregard
or
what
no?
Is there something that is
Let's
static and
disregard what
unchanging?
you wrote down. Let's
But we
not
agree that
debate
those
what
aren't
is
the
the
same
same
Okay,
question,
so
right?
he's not going to answer the
question.
question. Then
He
he should be
just asked you
removed
a
from the
simple
stage.
question.
He's wasting our
He
time.
I'm
just
sorry,
asked
John,
a
I
simple
can't hear you
question.
because Darth is like yelling over you.
Okay.
I'm just
The
asking,
answer was
could you
it's not the same
possibly
question,
answer
right?
that question?
Why
It
do you
doesn't
people
matter
put
if
up
it's
with
the same
this?
one or not.
Okay,
Can
so
you answer? Can you answer his
well,
latest
which question should I answer? Right? I was told that it's the same
the
question.
last one,
John
the very
and Johnny,
last one.
why do you put up with this?
Is there anything that's static and unchanging? Yeah, I think there is.
Okay, no. What is it that
There
is
you go.
static, that is unchanging, and will not change?
Mathematical truths like 2 + 2 is 4.
Okay, I'm talking about something that's concrete, not something that's an abstract.
By concrete, do you just mean it like
I'm
enters into
the
causal
reason
relations?
I'm asking you, is there anything that is concrete that's static so that you
Yeah,
can
you just explain the term
therefore,
concrete?
you know what? Fuck you. You are such an
Well,
asshole.
you're being crude right now.
You want to
Seriously?
know something, John and Johnny?
I just want to clarify that by concrete you mean
Why
something
do
that
you
doesn't
put up
engage in
with this?
causal relations, right?
Okay.
Sasha, you're just playing fucking games, man.
Objects don't stand
How
No,
is
I'm
he
just
playing
asking a
games?
clarifying question, right?
No,
What's wrong with that?
it's a dodge of a question, which is what you always do.
By concrete, do you just
asking,
mean it
is there-
engages in causal relations or
If
no?
you don't stop him, I'm just going to leave. You know what? This is what I don't like about you two. You put up with this kind of behavior.
Sasha,
okay?
if Darth accepts that is what, yeah, okay,
Just
so
trying to clarify. He's not dodging. He'd be dodging if he
Did you
wasn't
send
answering.
them
If you're
down,
just trying to
Johnny?
clarify, then he's just trying to get an
Yeah.
understanding.